When it comes to getting lean and toned for a lot of women, we know that strength training is far superior than traditional forms of cardio, whether that's just going for a run outside or doing marathons or going on the elliptical and treadmill, whatever it is. And the reason is because we can set up your strength training in a fashion that way you're building lean muscle, so that way you get that nice toned look underneath, but also we can set up the training where it's a little bit more of in a circuit format or structure where you're getting the cardiovascular benefit, the heart benefit, so you're really killing two birds with one stone. Now the biggest barrier for a lot of women that's standing in front of them and preventing them from getting to their lean and toned body is the fact that they don't know what to do when they go to the gym, they don't know how to do the exercises, and they don't want to get hurt while doing them. We recommend this is where you start, Strength Training for Women 101. These are the things you really need to master and hammer down for the most effective and safe training for you. Where you want to start with your strength training is you want to lock down the concept of this Valsalva maneuver. And all that is, it's a fancy word. It teaches you how to create a bunch of air pressure that's already inside your belly. It's going to help you support your spine so you move well and avoid injury, okay? So that's kind of part number one. And now how you're going to do that is you want to think about a balloon inflating inside your belly in 360 degrees, okay? We don't want just going forward or sideways. We want 360 degree expansion, just like you blow up a balloon, okay? And the simple, easy way to do that is if I'll stand sideways for a better view. I'll tuck my shirt in. So first thing you want to do is put your fingers inside your hips, and you want to kind of crush or try to press your fingers into your belly. And then now, as you inhale, you should think about trying to expand or push your fingers up and out. So another thing that really helps, if you want to think about flaring your obliques out, that kind of helps get the 360 degree effect. So you just want to squeeze your glutes, stay up nice and tall, take a big inhale. And then on that inhale part, you want to think about, again, trying to flare out your obliques and really kick your fingers, get the pressure out of your belly and creating that intra-abdominal tension, okay? And again, that's going to help support your spine so that way you move well when we get to part number two. Second is you need to learn how to control your spine, obviously because you only get one and we've got to take care of this bad boy. So we want to introduce this concept of a neutral spine. So again, you kind of have like three directions mainly that you can really move your spine through. So one is going to be flexion, which is two rounding. Extension is going to be overarching, where our ribs really flare out and our hips really stick back. It looks like you're like a Donald Duck type walk. And then the third position we want is neutral. So we don't want too flexed, we don't want too extended, we want right in the middle. So again, neutral. Easiest way to achieve that is think about, one, squeezing your glutes a little bit. You'll feel your hips kind of lock underneath your rib cage, so squeeze your glutes. Shoulders are down and back, okay, so kind of down and back away from your ears. And then just gently pull your belly button in, okay? So those three things, engage your glutes, shoulders back and down, and again, just slightly pull your belly button in, okay? So you can just be able to take a tap in your belly and feel a little bit of tension in there. So that's a neutral spine, and that's what's going to really transfer to all of our different movements that we're going to get to in part three. But a quick way to visualize this neutral spine concept is we'll use the stick for a good visual. So again, we want to maintain 3 points of contact. You want to be like your upper head in between your shoulder blade, and then the top of your tailbone up in there. So those three things should stay in line when we are moving, okay? And again, if I flex too hard, you can see the stick comes off my head. And if I extend too hard, it comes off my shoulder blade. So therefore, it creates those non-points of contact, and it means we're not going to be in a neutral spine. Just a little bit of a disadvantageous position, okay? So whether we're doing like a hip hinge, again, or a squat, we still want to maintain those 3 points of contact and never falter into too many of one or the other, okay? Because again, we're going to lose our position, lose your integrity, and then just possibly open yourself up for injury. The last thing we need to lock down for beginning strength training for a lot of ladies is we need to master our movement quality, okay? Again, so we have the tight air pressure inside our belly. We have the concept of neutral spine. So now we're going to take our first two things and then we're going to apply them to the 5 basic movement patterns that the body really goes through, okay? And that's going to be, one is upper body pushing exercises. So when we do a push-up, we need to maintain that neutral spine, that tight pressure as we're doing pushing movements. The second is upper body pulling movements. So if we're doing a pull-up, if we're doing a row, still need to maintain that nice tight core, still need to maintain that neutral spine as you're doing pull-up exercises or pulling exercises. And same thing goes for your lower body, okay? So we have lower body pushing, those are things like your squats. Lower body pulling, that's going to be more of like a deadlift with your hips are back a little bit more. And then lastly, last thing we'll say is just core. So we'll just think of a plank for now. We need to maintain a neutral spine. Again, each of those can have their own videos, so we're not going to go into crazy detail. But just get ruthlessly good at the plank. You should never feel anything in your lower back. And again, maintain that neutral spine position as you're going through those. So, because again, once we start adding some load to your squats, your deadlifts, things like that, those two main first factors, those two foundational factors, that tight core, neutral spine position, is going to really test you as you start adding load to it, whether it's a squat, push-up, or whatever variation is that. So that's where you need to start for strength training. Master those. Alright, so that is the foundation, that is the starting point to get you into the gym, so that way you can start getting accelerated results, get leaner, get more tone, and have that nice little bit of muscle definition without getting bulky. So what you need to do now is get this information out of your head, go ahead and apply it. So make sure you get up, move, and apply what you just learned, otherwise it's completely useless, alright? So appreciate you checking it out. Let us know how your results are coming.